The new Sony Xperia XZ1 takes some of the biggest and best features from the flagship Sony XZ Premium, including an HDR screen, a top-spec Snapdragon 835 processor, stereo speakers, and the same 19-megapixel camera, but it also carries over the same slightly dated design from the XZ, albeit in a smaller 5.2-inch package. So the XZ1 is unmistakably a Sony phone. A flat front and back is paired with rounded sides and a fairly chunky bezel. The metal body does feel good in the hand, and the fingerprint reader built into the power button is responsive, although unfortunately it is only available on the European model. Sony also offer the XZ1 in a nice array of pastel shades for the colours. While the XZ1 may lack the high-res 4K display of its bigger brother, it does support high dynamic range, which looks great on the 5.2-inch 1080p display. Colours are rich, text is crisp, and viewing angles are very impressive. And everything feels really fast and responsive on the XZ1 thanks to the Snapdragon 835 and 4 gigs of RAM. And there's plenty of storage on offer too, with 64 gigs built in and support for microSD cards. But that is pretty much par for the course in terms of flagship specs right now, but I'm glad to see that it will be shipping with the latest Android Oreo software. Although whether this will help the XZ1 offer a decent battery life remains to be seen, as I'm not convinced the relatively small 2700 mAh battery will make it last comfortably beyond one full day. The 19-megapixel camera is taken straight from the XZ Premium, and while it offers solid image quality in good light, in our experience it doesn't quite match the SA or Pixel for overall camera quality. Detail is good, but colour accuracy seemed inconsistent. The light pink flower I was using as a subject appeared more neon than natural in my pictures. But good news is that for fans of the XZ Premium's 960 FPS slow motion video, you'll be happy to hear that the XZ1 offers it as well, which can produce some stunning shots, again if you have good light. But the biggest addition to the camera on the XZ1 is a new 3D scanning feature that could be the biggest gimmick I've ever seen on a phone, or something genuinely quite clever. This lets you take 3D scans of faces, food, and lots more, and then you can share it or turn it into an animated GIF. The actual face scanning tech is a mixture of the camera on the back and some algorithms in the software, but the demos I was shown looked really good. So there's a lot to like with the Sony Xperia XZ1. Even if the design is a little dull, it is well built and I love the colour options and how precise the finish is, plus the display is predictably slick. But once again, the camera just isn't quite winning it for me this round, and I'm worried that the battery won't last long enough. So as well as the XZ1, Sony is also bringing back its compact line with the new XZ1 compact phone with a 4.6-inch 720p display. It lacks many of the XZ1 and XZ Premium's high-end features, but it does have some impressive specs, including the top-end Snapdragon 835 processor. Design-wise, it still struggles with being slightly thick and it does lack the metal body of the XZ1, so really it's going to